Good afternoon and welcome to the English Book Club with me, Teach Lynn, your teacher, whatever. Oi, you works too. Oh, no, I'm going to sneeze. I must be allergic. Okay, so bear with me 1 second. We've got some kind of music. That is weird. Okay, let me start the stage. How very odd. And English Book Club. Oh, I'm allergic to the book. Hello, I hope you can hear me. Hello, Paulette. Hello, Eleanor. Hello, Hermina. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello, Lynn.
Awesome. Good, good, good. Let me invite everybody who's on the reading list to speak. Invite, invite. Okay, so um, we're just now today's readers, according to my list, are Paulette, Eleanor, Alexandra, Nina, and Hermina. Waiting for Nina to join us, so let's make sure she knows where we are. Ah, there she is. Here she comes. Invite to speak. Nina, if you accept the invitation to speak. Excellent. So let's just do a quick check of microphones, etc. Um, Hanina, can I hear you? Can you hear me? Oh, don't forget to unmute.
Sorry, Lynn. Yes, I can hear you.
Is there any echo?
No, not for me.
Awesome. Eleanor, can I hear you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but the other way around, I don't know.
I can hear
Okay.
you. Nina, same question. Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you.
Excellent. Good, good, good.
How's it going?
Alexandra, same question.
Yes, I can hear you all.
Awesome. Paulette,
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Okay, just a quick shout out that the book is, and where we're up to in the book is always pinned. The pinned message. Please learn how to use pinned messages. Top right, even in phone or PC, you will see a little pin that says pinned messages, and there you will find a link to the book to download it, and also where we got up to last week or the week previous. Okay, so
Yeah.
this time we're on page 21 in the actual print in the online version, and in the book itself it's page 16. Okay, and it's I came forward cautiously. It should be, which is about the third forceful paragraph. Okay, now the first person to read today is Paulette. So, if there are no questions, everybody happy? Then we begin. Because I've got to finish on time today. So, I sound a bit rushed. It's because I am. Paulette, whenever you're ready, if you would like to start.
Yes, thank you. I came forward cautiously, and giving ear as I came, heard someone rattling with dishes and a little dry, eager cough that came in fits. But there was no sound of speech, and not a dog barked. The door, as well as I could see it in the dim light, was a great piece of wood all studded with nails, and I lifted my hand with the faint heart under my jacket and knocked once. Then I stood and waited. The house had fallen into a dead silence. A whole minute passed away, and nothing stirred but the bats overhead. I knocked again, and hearkened again. By this time my ears had grown so accustomed that to the quiet that I could hear the ticking of the clock inside as it slowly counted out the seconds. But whoever was in that house kept deadly still, and must have held his breath. I was in two minds whether to run away, but anger got the upper hand, and I began instead to rain kicks and buffets on the door, and to shout out aloud for Mr. Balfour. I was in a full career when I heard the cuff right overhead, and jumping back and looking up, beheld a man's head in a tall nightcap and the bell mouth of a blunderbuss at one of the first story windows. "It's loaded," said the voice. "I have come here with a letter," I said, "to Mr. Ebenezer Balfour of Shows. Is he here?" "From whom is it?" asked the man with the blunderbuss. "That's neither here nor there," said I, for I was growing very rough. Well, was the reply, "ye can put it down upon the doorstep, and be off with ye." "I will do no such thing," I cried. "I will deliver it into Mr. Balfour's hands, as it was meant I should. It is a letter of introduction." "What?" cried the voice sharply. I repeated what I had said. "Who are you? Who are you yourself?" was the next question, after a considerable pause. "I am not ashamed of my name," said I. "They call me David Balfour." At that I made sure the man started, for I heard the blunderbuss rattle on the window-sill, and it was after quite a long pause, and with a curious change of voice, that the next question followed. "Is your father dead?" I was so much surprised at this that I could not that I could find no voice to answer, but stood staring. "Aye," the man resumed, "he'll be dead, no doubt, and that it will be what brings ye chapping to my door." Another pause, and then, defiantly, "Well, man," he said, "I let ye in," and he disappeared from the window. Chapter 3. I make acquaintance of my uncle. Presently there came a great rattling of chains and bolts, and the door was cautiously opened and shut to again behind me as soon as I had passed. "Go into the kitchen and touch nothing," said the voice, and while the person of the house set himself to replacing the defences of the door, I groped my way forward and entered the kitchen. The fire had burned up fairly bright, and showed me the barest room I think I ever put my eyes on. Half a dozen dishes stood upon the shelves, the table was laid for supper with a bowl of porridge, a horn spoon, and a cup of small beer. Besides what I have named, there was not other thing in that great stone vaulted empty chamber but lockfast chest arranged along the wall, and a corner cupboard with a padlock.
Very good. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so just one little thing. Okay. Any questions before I give Paulette her feedback? Very nicely read, Paulette. Good start. Everybody happy? You bet your life we are. Whoop.
Teach,
Seem to have.
teach, please.
Yes, Nina.
Is there a place when we can write and chat
Yes.
at the
There's
same time of
let
the
me send you. It's in the thread. Okay, when you go into one of the rooms, okay, you'll see a little hash symbol. You need to click on that, and it will show you the threads within that room. Okay, I'll send you a little note just to show
Okay,
you where you are. Here. Oh,
okay,
thank you, Alexa. Okay, so you should be getting 2 messages. You should be able to get into that particular area. Let me just make sure you've got the right roles. Yeah, you're fine.
right.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
you got it? Good. Then Paulette, let's give you your feedback. So, the first word is nails. In the door, nails.
Nails.
That's it. To kneel, yeah, is
What
when
can
you
you
go down on
kneel?
your knees. Yeah, and nails are what's the end on your fingertips. Okay, then minute. Minute.
Minute.
That's it, just a minute. Good. The next one is cough. Not like cuff, cough,
Cough,
off.
cough, cough.
That's it, good. Then loaded. Oh, not ow. Loaded.
Loaded.
Perfect. Then he was wroth. He
Rough.
showed his wrath.
I
That's
said
it.
rough, rough.
Yes, you said rough or
Yeah.
something. I was like, no, that's a rough. Okay. Then groped. An O again. Groped.
Groped.
That's it. And cupboard. It's a silent P. Cupboard.
Cupboard.
That's it. Let me just add that silent P. Okay. And then this one, it's just the short form. It is that will be, but a lot of people just ignore the will. Yeah. So and it's that'll be. Do you want to try it? That'll be.
That'll be.
That's it. Good. Excellent. Okay.
Thank
Next
you.
person to. You're welcome. The next person to read is Eleanor. Eleanor, are you ready?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can indeed hear you. Yes. Let me get your timer up. And okay, whenever you're ready, you feel comfortable, just begin.
As soon as the last chain was up, the man rejoined me. He was a mean, stooping, narrow-shouldered, clay-faced creature, and his age might have been anything between 50 and 70. His nightcap was of flannel, and so was the nightgown that he wore instead of coat and waistcoat over his ragged shirt. He was long unshaved, but what most distressed and even daunted me, he would neither take his eyes away from me, nor look me fairly in the face. What he was, whether by trade or birth, was more than I could fathom. But he seemed most like an old, unprofitable, saving man, who should have been left in charge of that big house upon both wages. "Are you sharp set?" he asked, glancing at about the level of my knee. "You can eat the drop porridge." I said I feared it was his own supper. "Oh," said he, "I can't do fine wanting it. I take the ale, though, for it slockens, moistens my cough." He drank the cup about half out, still keeping an eye upon me as he drank, and then suddenly held out his hand. "Let's see the letter," said he. I told him the letter was for Mr. Bolfer, not for him. "And who do you think I am?" says he. "Give me Alexander's letter." "You know my father's name?" "It would be strange, I did know," he returned, "for he was my born brother, and did as he seemed to like either me, or my house, or my good porridge. I'm your born uncle, Davy, my man, and you my born nephew. So give us the letter, and sit down and fill your cape." If I had been some years younger, what with shame, weariness, and disappointment, I believe I had burst into tears. As it was, I could find no words, neither black nor white, but handed him the letter and sat down to the porridge with as little appetite for meat as ever a young man had. Meanwhile, my uncle, stooping over the fire, turned the letter ever and ever in his hands. Do we ken what's in it? He asked suddenly. You see for yourself, sir, said I, that the seal has not been broken. Aye, said he, but what brought you here? To give the letter, said I. No, said he cunningly, but you'll have had some hopes, I doubt. I confess, sir, said I, when I was told that I had kinsfolk well to do, I did indeed indulge the hope that they might help me in my life. But I am no beggar. I look for no favours at your hands, and I want none that are not freely given. For as poor as I appear, I have friends of my own that will be blithe to help me. Hoot toot, said Uncle Ebenezer. Didn't I fly up in the snuff at me? We'll agree fine yet, and Davy, my man, if you're done with that bit porridge, I could just take a sup of it myself, aye. He continued as soon as he had ousted me from the stool and spoon. They fine, wholesome food. The grand food, porridge. He murmured a little grace to himself and fell to. Your father was very fond of his meat, I mind. He was a hearty, if not a great eater. But as for me, I could never do more than pike at food. He took a pull at the small beer, which probably reminded him of hospitable duties, for his next speech ran thus. If you're dry, you'll find water behind the door.
Very good.
Okay.
Well done. Okay. Any questions before I give Eleanor her little bit of Scottish pronunciation feedback? Can you give me the context, please, Nina?
It's eating, fill your kite, belly, stomach.
Yeah.
It's
That's it.
Scottish.
Thank you.
I didn't know that, I confess. I have some,
You looked it up.
yeah.
There are Scottish dictionaries online.
Yeah,
For
that's
belly.
it.
Yeah. Sit down and fill your kite. Yeah, that's fill your belly.
Yeah.
Fill your stomach. Okay? Fill your stomach. So eat your fill. Yeah? Eat your fill. You're welcome. Okay, remember I'm not Scottish, so it's been a long time since I lived in Scotland too. Okay, so Eleanor, just a little bit of feedback, and honestly, I'm not sure if you'll ever need to say this, but it might help you one day if you can understand it. First one is need out. Need out. Nay instead of no.
Made out.
That's it.
I didn't know.
Yeah. But the next one, it would be strange if I didn't. So it's not ned out, but it's nade out. But then it'd be strange if I didn't. As in, it would be strange if I didn't. Yeah, if I didn't. Do you want to try it?
Oh, wow. It would be strange if I didn't.
That's
Okay.
it. Good. Well done. Okay, next person on the reading list is Alexandra. Alexandra, are you ready for your favourite book, I think?
Yes, I am. I'm ready.
Excellent. So, as soon as you feel comfortable, if you would like.
To this I returned no answer, standing stiffly on my 2 feet and looking down upon my uncle with a mighty angry heart. He, on his part, continued to eat like a man under some pressure of time, and to throw out little darting glances, now at my shoes and now at my home pawn stockings. Once only, when he had ventured to look a little higher, our eyes met, and no thief taking his hand in man's pocket could have shown more lively signals of distress. This set me in a muse, whether his timidity arose from too long disuse of any human company, and whether perhaps upon a little trial it might pass off, and my uncle change into an altogether different man. From this I was awakened by his sharp voice. "Your father's been long dead?" he asked. 3 weeks, sir, said I. He was a secret man, Alexander, a secret silent man, he continued. He never said muckle when he was young. He'll never have spoken muckle of me. I never knew, sir, till you told it me yourself, that he had any brother. Dear me, said Ebenezer. Not yet of Charles, I dare say. Not so much as the name, sir, said I. To think of that, said he, a strange nature of a man. For all that, he seemed singularly satisfied, but whether with himself or me, or with this conduct of my father's, was more than I could read. Certainly, however, he seemed to be outgrowing that distaste or ill will what he had conceived at first against my person, for presently he jumped up, came across the room behind me, and hit me a smack upon the shoulder. We'll agree fine yet, he cried. I'm just as glad I let you in. And now come away to your bed. To my surprise, he lit no lamp or candle, but set forth into a dark passage, groped his way, breathing deeply, up a flight of steps, and paused before a door, which he unlocked. I was close upon his heels, having stumbled after him as best I might. And then he bade me go in, for that was my chamber. I did as he bid, but paused after a few steps and begged alive to go to bed with. Who took? Said Uncle Ebenezer. That's a fine moon. Neither moon nor stairs and peat milk, said I. I cannot see the bed. Who took, said he. Lights in the house is the things I deny agree with. I'm uncovered of fires. Good night to ye, Tabby, my man. And before I had time to add a further protest, he pulled the door to, and I had him lock me in from the outside. Thank you.
Okay, well done. You're taking me at my word that you can finish when you want.
So about 5
It was
minutes.
about 5 minutes. Yeah. You were
I
about
have a
5
question with
minutes.
this hoot toot.
Hoot toot. Yes. It's not something everybody. It's obviously a mannerism of his. Hoot toot, as in well, or or maybe. I don't know. Hoot toot. Okay, but let's. Any questions before I give Alexandra her feedback first?
Yes, I'm lost in the text. Hello?
Okay, you lost the text.
21.
Okay,
Page.
Okay. Wait, you're looking for
What?
this part. Okay.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's give Alexa her feedback whilst Nina struggles to find the right place. So, Alexandra, the first one is homespun. He was looking at his homespun stockings, if memory serves me well. So, homespun, try it.
Homespun. It's something brought from the home or homemade.
Basically,
Homemade.
they made, yeah, homemade, but also homespun means they made the actual cloth themselves. So you can make a dress yourself, okay,
Mhm.
by buying the cloth, or you can use homespun cloth, which is cloth that you have actually made from scratch, yeah, from basic ingredients, okay. So
Yeah.
homespun wool would be wool you've spun yourself. I think Paulette buys her wool. I don't think she shaves or takes the fleeces off all those sheep that she talks to. Maybe she does, I don't know.
Think so.
They knit itself, yes. They knit itself, but they made the wool themselves, homespun. To spin wool, to spin cotton, yeah, it's to make the thread and then to weave the thread and then to make the clothing. So it's a long process. Okay, so the next one is muse. Your muse.
You
That's it. Good. And then the past of to arise is arose.
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 That's it. Perfect. Then star. Not like stare. Star.
Star.
Yeah, the stars are out tonight. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Okay. And then hoot toot.
Hoot toot.
That's it. Perfect. And then you get a smiley for chamber. Not chamber, chamber. Well done.
Chamber.
Excellent. Now, here's the big question. Nina, have you found your place in the book?
Thank you.
Yes, I find it. Thank you.
Okay, you found it. Good. So, whenever you're feeling comfortable, if you would like to begin.
Yes, thank you, teach. With the first peep of day, I opened my eyes to find myself in a great chamber, hung with stamps.
Stop. You start with, I did not know whether to laugh or cry. So, the paragraph above, I did not
I have
Yeah.
to.
Okay. So,
Okay.
whenever you're ready, start again.
Okay, sorry. I did not know whether to laugh or cry. The room was as cold as a well, and the bed, when I had found my way to it, as damp as a pit hag. But by good fortune, I had caught up my bundle and my plate, and rolling myself in the ladder, I lay down upon the floor under lee of the big bedstead, and fell speedily asleep. With the first peep of day, I opened my eyes to find myself in a great chamber, hung with stamped leather, furnished with fine embroidered furniture, and lit by 3 fair windows. 10 years ago, or perhaps 20, it must have been as pleasant a room to lie down or to awake in as a man could wish. But damp, dirt, disease, and the mice and spiders had done their worst since then. Many of the window panes, besides, were broken, and indeed this was so common a feature in that house that I believe my uncle must at some time have stood a siege from his indignant neighbors, perhaps with Janet Closton at their head. Meanwhile, the sun was shining outside and being very cold in that miserable room. I knocked and shouted, till my jailer my jailer came and let me out. He carried me to the back of the house where was a draw well and told me to wash my face there if I wanted. And when that was done, I made the best of my own way back to the kitchen, where he had lit the fire and was making the porridge. The table was laid with two bowls, and two horn spoons, but the same single measure of small beer. Perhaps my eye rested on this particular with some surprise, and perhaps my uncle observed it, for he spoke up as if in answer to my thought, asking me if I would like to drink ale, for so he called it. I told him such was my habit, but not to put himself about. No, said he, I will deny you nothing in reason. He fetched another cup from the shelf, and then, to my great surprise, instead of drawing more beer, he poured an accurate half from one cup to other. There was a kind of nobleness in this that took my breath away. If my uncle was certainly a miser, he was one of that through breed that goes near to make the vice respectable. When we had made an end.
Okay, sorry, well done.
Okay.
I had the wrong microphone open, so sorry. Okay, but nicely read. Well done.
Thank you.
Any questions before I give Nina her feedback? No? Yes? No? Okay, no questions. Thank you. So, first one, Nina, is, and you should be able to see the text that I'm writing. Yeah, you should be able to see your feedback as well in the snapped thread. Good, because it can help sometimes. Okay, the first word is damp.
Damp.
That's it. So when something gets cold and wet through the air, the moisture in the air, we tend to call it damp. Okay. Then the bedstead. Ed at the end. Bedstead. That's it. Yeah. So the head of the bed basically is the bedstead. Okay. Then speedily. That's it. Good. And then you need to work a little bit on your S's. Sometimes they are harsh and vibrating like a Z, but other times they're soft like a S. And this one is soft. Disuse. That's it. Good. You've got something like disease, where you've got the Z, and disuse, where you've got the S. Yeah. So you need to kind of get a feel for it. There's no real rule that will help you. It's just knowing when you see the word. Okay, next one. Panes. Not like pans. Panes as an E. Panes. That's it. So the pieces of glass in the window are window panes. Okay? Good. Then knocked. Silent E. Knocked. Hey, good. Then jailer. The person keeping him prisoner, basically. Jailer. Good. Yeah. And then again, this soft S. Small. Perfect. Good. Another silent E. Fetched.
Fetched.
That's it.
D.
Perfect. Yep.
Then fetched. Okay. Fetched.
Yep. Fetched. And then the last one, miser. Somebody again, but miser.
Miser.
Yeah, somebody
Miser.
very mean with money. A miser. We met
Yeah.
a miser in a previous one. Scrooge. Everybody's heard of Scrooge, the miser. Then you get 3 smileys. The first one for there.
There.
Yeah. Then bowls
Both.
and nobleness.
Nobleness.
Perfect. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, Hermina has been sitting so patiently. Hermina, are you ready?
Yes, I am, and I hope you can understand me well.
I can understand you always, and I can hear you well too.
Oh, yeah, it's more this one. Okay, I'm glad.
Okay,
I'll start.
Whenever you're ready, if you would like to.
When we had made an end of our meal, my uncle Ebenezer unlocked a drawer and drew out of it a clay pipe and a lump of tobacco, from which he cut one fill before he locked it up again. Then he sat down in the sun at one of the windows and silently smoked. From time to time his eyes came coasting around me, and he shot out one of his questions. One it was, "And your mother?" And when I had told him that she, too, was dead, she was a bonny lassie. Then, after another long pause, "Where were these friends of yours?" I told him they were a different gentleman of the name of Campbell, though indeed there was only one, and that the minister that had ever taken the least note of me. But I began to think my uncle made too light of my position and finding myself all alone with him, and did not wish him to suppose me helpless. He seemed to turn this over in his mind, and then, "Davy, my man," said he, "ye've came to the right bit when ye came to your Uncle Ebenezer. I've a great notion of the family, and I mean to do the right by you. But while I am taking a bit think of myself, of what's the best thing to put you to, whether the law or the ministry or maybe the army. Work is what boys are fondest of. I would nae, like the Balfours, to be humble before a Highland Campbells, and I'll ask you to keep your tongue within your teeth. Nae letters, nae messages, no kind of word to anybody, or else there is my door." "Uncle Ebenezer," said I have no manner of reason to suppose you mean anything but well by me. For all that, I would have you to know that I have a pride of my own. It was by no will of mine that I came seeking you, and if you show me your door again, I'll take you at the word." He seemed grievously put out. "Hoot toots," said he, can ye, man, can ye? Bide a day or two. I am nae warlock to find a fortune for you in the bottom of a porridge bowl. But just you give me a day or two and say nothing to nobody, and assure, I'll do the right by you." "Very well," said I, "enough said. If you want to help me, there's no doubt but I'll be glad of it, and none but I'll be grateful." It seemed to me, too soon, I dare say, that I was getting the upper hand of my uncle, and I began next to say that I must have the bed and bedclothes aired and put to sun dry, for nothing would make me sleep in such a pickle. "Is this my house or yours?" said he, in his knee voice, and then all of a sudden broke off. Na, said he, "I did nae mean that. What's mine is yours, Davy, my man, and what's yours is mine. Blood's thicker than water, and there is nobody but you and me that opened the name. And then on he rumbled about the family and its ancient greatness, and his father that began to enlarge the house, and himself that stopped the building as a sinful waste. And this put it in my head to give him Janet Closon's message. The limmer, he cried, 1215. That's that every day since I had the limmer roped. Remark, side note, salt up. David, I'll have her roasted on red peats before I am by with it. A witch, I proclaimed witch. I'll up and see the season's clerk. And with that he opened a chest and got out a very old and well-preserved blue coat and waistcoat, and a good enough beaver hat, both without lace. These he drew on anyway, and taking a stuff from the cupboard, locked all up again and was for setting out, when a thought arrested him.
Very well done.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Very well read. Well done. Okay, so any questions before I give Hermina her feedback?
I have a question, I'm not sure
Okay.
if I understand this
I'm
before.
not sure if I do.
Oh. The last part, before I'm by with it, I will post you. Ebenezer said, I'm done, finished, or
Is this my house or your? Which
nearly
paragraph?
towards the end. What?
Has he opened a chest? He opened a chest? No.
Just a moment. Yes. Locked me out.
Lord sicker than water.
The limmer, he cried. Yeah, a bit earlier. The limmer, he cried 1215, blah blah, and then
Okay.
this. Before because he returned the money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think I don't know either. I mean, basically, he's swearing that he will have her proclaimed a witch, because remember back then it was dangerous to be proclaimed a witch, and could even end up deadly. Which part didn't you understand?
Before I'm by with it, what is it?
Before I'm finished with it. Yeah. Before I'm done.
But with it, with paying.
By with it. So basically, before I die, before I'm done.
Before I die. Okay, yeah, now I got
that
it.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, before I die. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? It is a difficult one. That's how I see it. I mean, Lima is just somebody almost calling her a prostitute. Yeah.
Yeah, I have found
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then he's basically being very mean about her, and her claim for the money, etc. And yeah, basically he's saying, I'll have her burnt as a witch before I'm done. Before I'm done kind of means before my life is over. Yeah. Doesn't mean he's going to die, but he's swearing that he will see her burn as a witch. Okay. Not a nice person. No, not a nice person at all. I think we're getting that from the book. He's not nice. And he's sneaky. Okay, so let me see, where did we get up to? Okay. Oh yeah, sort of arrested him. Okay. So the feedback.
Yeah.
Hermina, your feedback. Okay, the first word is unlocked. Unlocked. You did say lock correctly, but you said unlooked. But it's not like looked,
Ja,
it's unlocked.
na, klar, okay. Unlocked.
That's it. Then Ebenezer.
Ebenezer, good old
That's
Ebenezer.
it. Ebenezer's good. What's it? Knees are good. Knees are good. Ebenezer's good. And Ebenezer Scrooge. Why is it all misers are called Ebenezer in these books?
Yeah.
Okay, then grievously. It's not grievous. It's just grievously.
It's easier to say. It's easier to say, of course. Grievously.
That's it. And we talk about grievous bodily harm, GBH, which means when somebody really injures somebody else, it's grievous bodily harm. Then keen, not knee, keen.
Keen, okay, keen, of
That's
course.
it.
I can remember when I
Then
read it. The knee
when you,
didn't
yeah,
fit to it.
but that's the fun about reading a book out loud, because you can't just concentrate on the one word. You've got to keep going, and that's when your little fossilized mistakes pop out. Then every, not every.
Yes, stupid mistake I have made today. Sorry about this. Every.
Okay, but you did correct it later, so we'll come to that in a minute. And to throw, through.
Yes, of course.
Through.
Such stupid. Through.
Yes, stop calling yourself stupid. It's not stupid. Okay? Now, this one is a little bit tricky. His eyes came coasting round to me. So round to me. So basically, he's obviously not very good at looking at people or looking them straight in the eyes. So he's this sneakiness, this deceitfulness coming through. His eyes came coasting round to me. So you can imagine his eyes going and then looking at him. You're like, ugh. Okay, so try it. His eyes came coasting round to me.
His eyes came coasting round to me.
That's it. And then you get two smileys. Bowl.
Bowl, not bowl, bowl.
And every.
And every, of course.
Yeah, you see, you did correct it.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Not straight in the eyes, and not, yeah, it's just the whole demeanour, the whole way of writing shows that this guy is not to be trusted. He's secretive, he's mean, and anything nice he says is, yeah, not to be trusted either, I think. But we will find out.
Lynn, is this, when I say his eyes came coasting round to me, it's more judgment?
No, it's more suddenly he kind of looks, but slowly, coasting, as in just glancing over. Not looking, not just turning his head and looking, but sort of, it's really difficult to explain.
Not with a mean or bad mind in the head.
Basically, just in a way that's not really kind of natural. When you look at somebody, you look straight at them. Yeah. If your eyes are coasting around the room, you're looking around. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're slowly taking in the room, and to do that to a person, it's like, and you're like, ooh.
Okay, I get a clue.
Okay, good. I would have to have my camera on to show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so then we will stop there. As I say, I've got to finish today, and we will finish with Can I Leave You By Yourself? Okay, and let's put it here. Well done with all the Scottish as well. Very good. And it's page 28 in the book. And in the book it's page 23. Okay. Let's just cut and paste that into the page here. Okay. Bear with me. Put all the corrections together, and next week you will find where we're up to pinned, remember pinned to this thread. Okay, so let's get rid of last week's. Okay, anybody disagree with me?
No, I don't. It's okay for me.
Good. Well, I sometimes get it wrong.
No, I wouldn't dare,
Oh, you can. can. If you see me getting something wrong, or if you notice I've forgotten something like karaoke session, you can always correct me. Anyway, so next time we will see each other next week. I will try and actually get this uploaded to Facebook faster than last time, okay, and without the echo. I'm getting back into the flow of things, I think.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not
Thank
bad
you so much.
pronunciation. Not bad pronunciation. Just pronunciation. It's just a little bit of help on the way to your English learning journey. You're welcome, Alexa. Welcome, Eleanor. Bye. Welcome, Nina.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Take care.
you so
See
much.
you next time.
Have a nice day, all of you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.